Hello and welcome back to the Milltown Way podcast. This is episode 17. We're recording after Shamrock Rovers hosted Dundalk, and we'll break that down shortly. Tonight we're also reflecting on Friday's 2-0 victory over St. Pat's, looking ahead to Bohs away this Friday, and discussing the bigger off-field conversations around sponsorship, club lotto, and the ongoing Michael Noonan situation. There's plenty to unpack. Of course, it was a disappointing result against Dundalk, but Adam, I suppose we'll start with Friday's Dublin Derby victory, a bit more positive.
Yeah, best to start with the bit more positive when reel people in.
Start with the good stuff.
But yeah, Rovers finally kicked off the league on Friday night, and couldn't have asked for a much better opening night, really, could you?
Yeah, the first half there wasn't much. I think probably past us and was quite unmemorable, really. The second half was really where the game came to life. First 10 minutes was positive. The second half for Pats. They did look like they were going to break down Rovers at some point, forcing McGinty into a couple of very important saves. One from Jamie Lennon effort outside the box.
Yeah,
He forced that effort onto the post. Edmondson missed two opportunities to put it away, but then the game got going, and well, Adam Brennan, the combination of our two names, stole the show.
Yeah, no, well, he was just couldn't have played a better debut, really, could he?
No,
A goal and an assist and an injury as well. Well,
he had a busy night ahead of him.
Yeah,
really,
luckily we'd get to see him again only a few days later. But yeah, it's just phenomenal performance and a phenomenal first game.
Yeah,
To show himself on this large stage now.
well, this is it. I suppose it was his league debut. Competitive debut it wasn't, because he did play in the President's Cup against Derry City. But yeah, it was a very positive league debut for Adam Brennan. The changes made when Graham Burke and Jack Byrne came on really changed the game, I suppose, as well, didn't it? Because the game it nearly did look a little bit like it wasn't gonna. There might not have been a breakthrough. It wasn't. I don't think I was particularly thinking it's just a matter of when Rovers are going to score. I wasn't. It was quite even for large spells of it, anyways. But yeah, Adam Brennan, he had a great performance throughout the game, through the whole night, really. Even though it wasn't, say a half time it was goalless, but he still put in a good performance. Showed a lot of courage in his performance as well. Just 20 years of age, taking defenders on, beating them with ease, really. Not afraid to take defenders on was the key thing I noticed, really, as well.
Yeah, it just felt like a performance from an experienced player, not a young 20-year-old making his competitive debut for Rovers.
Yeah. He did just kind of grab the game by the scruff of the neck, providing Michael Noonan with the assist.
Yeah, I do think you have to point to just 2 minutes before the first goal, that triple substitution from Riley of the bringing on Graham Burke, Michael Noonan and Jack Byrne that really flipped the switch in that game. Obviously Michael Noonan would be involved with a goal, but was it his first touch, or did he get a touch before?
I think that was his first touch. I can't think of one before it, but
no, neither can
maybe I'm wrong on that. But no, I thought that was his first touch, and as it flicked on from an Adam Brennan cross into the box. For Adam Brennan, first of all, controlling that crossfield pass from Matt Healy.
Yeah, the control on that was phenomenal.
Yeah, in from his chest, breaks it, kind of takes it down, darts in on the left wing into that box, giving the defender a choice to make of whether he's going to try to take it off him, or press him, or kind of sit off and see what he's going to do first. And well, gave him the space, and as you said there, sets up Michael Noonan for a really nice finish, nicely composed as well. And it just goes to show that the talent at Rovers, 20-year-old setting up a 17-year-old, and
it's kind of crazy to
making its way to a 2-0 win in a Dublin derby.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of crazy to think about that, and hopefully, we'll talk about Michael Noonan a bit later, but it's great to see such young players doing so well on such a big stage. Like, it's a Dublin derby to open the season. It's a big game. And obviously, we've mentioned about the President's Cup, but at that point, that was already 3 weeks before.
It was waited a long time for the league to get going, as you said already. Two postponements, Dundalk and Shelbourne. Thought at one point where Shamrock Rovers ever going to play a football game again.
Yeah.
wasn't overly confident of it. But it was, look,
The rain held off.
yeah, and well, that and I was like, it's pretty much like the buses. You wait so long for one, and then two come at the same
Yeah,
time because then they
that's
end up
very true.
playing on the Monday then as well. Um, but no, it was look as you said already. I know largely positive, clean sheet on opening night. You couldn't have asked for much more.
Mhm.
I'm not as enthusiastic
As
about.
we should be because of
We're on the back of recording this right
yeah, and
after
it's the fact it was
Dundalk.
only a few minutes ago.
Yeah, but look, it was positive, and it was. I thought that performance. I thought told me then Rovers were going to go on and make it two wins from
Yeah,
two. Really, and Dundalk at home. I thought Shamrock Rovers should be winning that. But we'll get on to Dundalk.
yeah.
I
It's
don't
just
want
it's hard to focus on the Pats game when there was a game about not even an hour ago. Really, it wrapped
to.
up.
Yeah.
Like
So that's fresh in the mind. But
yeah, so you could see, and obviously everyone listening will be Tuesday realistically when you're listening. So the Dundalk game will be a bit fresher for you. So realistically as well, we'll probably be focusing on that a little bit more. But
yeah,
do need to try to take the positives from that game. Another positive was Rovers looking quite solid at the back for the game. Besides, we mentioned about them chances at the start of the second half, but like they weren't the chances that were necessarily great chances. Particularly the one that make the McGinty save onto the post from Edmondson. It wasn't like it was a clear cut chance. It was a very well hit shot from just outside
for,
the box. Like
that was Jamie Lennon.
Jamie
Right,
Lennon,
yeah,
not
yeah.
yeah,
Because Edmondson
yeah. He missed
scuffed
the
two
other.
chances then at the yeah,
Jamie Lennon's one and forced a great save, but it wasn't like it was an issue or an error that led to that.
yeah,
And realistically, like we've mentioned about Adam Brennan quite a lot,
yeah.
but there was a lot of other star performances that game as well. We've mentioned McGinty. Victor really impressed me as well
And
this
yeah,
time. I don't think many expect him in the first team lineup,
no.
but he really did impress everyone with the minutes he had.
Well, that's it. And I didn't really, to be honest, I didn't expect him to start both games, but he did, and he didn't look out of place.
No.
And again, he's another one that obviously his future's sealed. But at the same time, he's one that he's going to want to put in these top performances to show exactly why Arsenal are paying the money for him, and
Yeah.
as well as that, he wants some. You'll want to develop as much as possible before he heads to such a big.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to be the small fish in a big pond. You want to be taking up as much room as possible and try to show why you're there rather than just he's going to want to go to Arsenal and show exactly why they've paid this money and why he's the record signing from the League of Ireland, and hopefully he can prove that.
Yeah, well, that's one. I suppose Jake Mulroney made his league debut for Rovers.
Yeah.
Was withdrawn after 67 minutes. Performance-wise, probably didn't want to. Probably didn't make as much of an impact as he would have wanted.
No, probably not.
Particularly against his old team, did get jeered every time he touched the ball.
He expected that though.
Yeah, well, that was it. And then I heard a couple of people saying, "Well, our Rovers going to boo Darren Nugent." I thought that's not really.
No.
Why
Yeah,
would
that
you
was a
boo
bit of a
Darren? Like
yeah,
Jake Mulroney kind of actively seemed like he wanted to go to Rovers when it came around,
yeah,
and that was like the proactive move
yeah,
essentially. Whereas Darren Nugent going to Pats was nearly like just a favour in return. It seemed from the outside looking in, like without Mulroney going to Rovers, Nugent doesn't go to Pats.
yeah.
But without Nugent going to Pats, I think Mulroney probably would have still ended up at Rovers there. Unless
Probably, yeah. There's probably a good argument to be made there with that.
um, now look, not much to base it off. There's not much news that came out around or who were the terms or who made who dictated the move and stuff. But Mulroney seemed like it was Pats fans were happy to see the back of him and then boo him.
Yeah,
Which look, as you said, never not expecting Mulroney not to get booed by the Pats fans, but
yeah, that's true.
it was a good attendance as well. The crowd
Yeah,
exceeded 7,000.
yeah. It's about 7,500 in the end.
Yeah,
So
it's always good to have these numbers at a League of Ireland game. You would want that always followed up. bit of a drop off in the game that did just happen against Dundalk.
You expect that would have been a Monday fixture and a non-Dublin team as well. You'd expect it to be that.
And to be fair to Dundalk, they did bring a large
They had a good
following, but
following, yeah.
I keep going on to Dundalk
I
because
know.
it's a bit sore at the minute.
Yeah, it's a touchy subject.
Yeah, but no, as you said, mostly positive anyways from Pats. Pico Lopez, Corey O'Sullivan, and Dan Cleary, the back three, they put in a solid performance.
Yeah.
Danny Grant and Adam Brennan being the wing backs, and then McGovern and Mulroney. I think they struggled to make an impact on the game. Probably why they were both withdrawn. After nearly 70 minutes, they didn't get a firm hold of the game. But look, as you see in nearly any game, it happens. Particularly with forward, it's nearly kind of a thing with football that if they're not firing on all cylinders, they're underperforming, or if their name's not on the score sheet, they're underperforming, and it doesn't help when Michael Noonan comes on and what we think was his first touch ends up being in the back of the net.
Yeah, as well. And a tidy finish as well.
Yeah.
And then there was also other good Rovers did have other good chances, like Jack Byrne hitting the post. That would have been a lovely goal.
Yeah.
With the little Travella ball out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But at the end of the day, it's a 2-0 win.
Over Dublin rivals as well. You can't ask for, you couldn't have asked for much more.
No, you can't.
At the time, and even Enda Stevens, he made his second
Yeah,
Rovers
coming on
debut
for
as
Adam
well,
Brennan.
which was really, really good to see. And yeah, probably I think probably most supporters feared when Adam Brennan went down that it was going to be something severe, but it looked like it was just cramp.
Yeah.
He did run his socks off essentially for the game and
Yeah.
terrorised Pat's defence, dropped back when he needed to. Obviously, he set up the goal, and we haven't even touched on his own goal himself.
Yeah.
On the end of Danny Grant's cross at the back post, heads it in and does well to get into the space and does well to get on the end of it. It's not an easy, not an easy task to do and do it well, and he done that. And on his league day, he lapped it up in front of the South Stand as well.
Yeah, it's just good to see, really, isn't it? And I know he went down after that goal and he was lying on the floor, but still was able to give a little something to the crowd.
Fist in the air, tongue out.
Yeah.
As I said, he lapped that up, and it's good to see as well because his name was then sung. Presume there will be a chant in the making for him if the performances keep up like that. But of course he got
like that. All the chants will be about him.
He got a more generic chant, I suppose, which happens when players are more new, than anything else, and they, Adam Brennan is a hoop, he hates blows. Was the one he got, which
kind of a basic one to start, but
that's why you need to give him time to marinate.
Yeah, I'm sure something bigger might come out, like his dad getting shot in the leg, or
Super Graham Burkey, Burkey King,
or that his granddad's in the IRA.
That's rumours I've heard. But yeah, no, opening night was positive, mostly positive as well. There was a couple of signs, as you said. Pats had a few chances. Start the second half, more, it did look like Pats were going to grow into the game and might cause. There was positives on a Pats perspective, which meant maybe negatives for Rovers, but no, other than that, largely positive for Rovers on opening night, and 2 goals and a clean sheet in the Dublin Derby. You couldn't really ask for more.
You can't argue, really. You can't ask for much better. And should we move on to
until Monday night?
Should we move on to that?
Yeah, go on. Dundalk. Shamrock Rovers 1, Dundalk 1.
Yep, at home again.
Disappointing.
Very disappointing. Obviously, the original opening night, what it was meant to be.
That's why it came between 2 Dublin derbies and Pats and Bohs.
Yeah, which is tough fixture, tough place to be in between, but yeah, it just wasn't the result you want at all. The result you want or expect, I think.
No, it was, to be honest, quite disappointed with it. Now look, this is the second game of the season.
Yeah.
Not in any way getting carried away with this. I think it's catastrophic, but judging performance alone, wasn't overly impressed with it. At the same time, Stephen Bradley did make 8 changes.
Yeah, it's very different squad to the squad from.
Yeah, like when you think of it, one of them is the three players that he keeps in. One of them's a keeper, so
You
Out,
expect that.
you know,
Two main, yeah.
a change of 8 outfielders out of a possible 10 is going to disrupt the rhythm a bit. I touched on that in the article in the lead up today. I think he's either going to, like, look, Bradley, he speaks about the squad at the minute, the status of the squad, and how special it is. So he has trust in anyone who he picks. That kind of way. He's not putting players in as a form of kind of
Yeah.
tokenism. He's putting them in because he has trust
Yeah,
in
he
them.
believes in the players and he believes in what they can do on the pitch.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Look, this early on, it's okay to 2 points dropped. It's not the end of the
It's not
world.
the end of the world at all, but it's not ideal either.
It's not like when you're at home. Dundalk went down to 10. Probably sparked the game to life as well because there wasn't. Rovers went 1-0 up, and it was nearly like it was kind of getting flat in between, until the red card.
Yeah.
Um, Rovers maybe hold now for a 1-0 lead. We were kind of stating the obvious amongst each other during the game to say that Rovers needed a second goal. But you could the reason I thought that Rovers needed a second goal, whatever about sitting on a 1 goal lead, as dangerous as it is, but you could just always feel there was something in it for Dundalk. Dundalk were they were never out of the game by any stretch, and
No, they were knocking on the door, but yeah.
yeah, like they might not have been peppering Ed McGinty's goal and forcing him into saves every few minutes, but
They had consistent kind of build up play and just
yeah,
consistent kind of.
like Rovers weren't playing them off the park in any capacity, so it did lead to kind of the concerns, and evidently concerns were proved right as well.
Yeah.
When the goal came, and it got a forced or unforced error from Ed McGinty, lets it drop, and
Yeah.
Rob Cornwall of Dundalk slots at home. It was disappointing to see it, particularly in the replays.
Yeah, it was disappointing to see that, but should we go from the start of the game really?
Yeah, cool.
Obviously, we mentioned about the 8 changes, only Pico and Matt Healy remained in the starting lineup. Everyone else wasn't, and it
And of
wasn't
course, Ed McGinty.
Ed
Obviously.
McGinty as well. Yeah, and just under 20 minutes in, Pico would nod in a header from the corner.
Really good header.
Yeah,
Really good.
nice
And
ball in from Jack Byrne.
yeah, really. And it was a nice head. It's a goal you like to see.
Yep.
He was kind of quite a bit of a distance from the goal, but he's heading it into the far top corner.
Yep.
Yeah, I glancing header nearly because he doesn't get. It's not as if he's changing the direction of the ball with the header. But he gets enough on it to give the keeper a little chance of saving it really, and put, as I said, top bins. One of them that's quite satisfying.
Yeah, very satisfying indeed. But they continue on. One thing noticed about Dundalk in the first half was quite dirty. 3 yellow cards in the first half.
A lot of yellow cards being flashed, and obviously they did get a red as well.
7 total yellow cards across the game, and a red.
Yeah, like that. And there were some questionable decisions that could have been punished as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I'm not one to ever, and I don't blame the ref for a draw tonight either, but there was quite some questionable decisions there that I thought, particularly right at the end, the first minute of stoppage time.
Yeah.
I'm big on this anyway, and you are, I think, probably as
Yeah,
well. Stoppage time, like, it irks me so
it
much.
never gets played in full.
No, like, I'd say if you had got your stopwatch out and just pressed play every time the ball was in and stopped it every time the ball went out, and see how out of 6 how many's played, I'd say you'd be lucky to get 3 minutes out of that 6 that was actually played football on the pitch and in play, not ball out of play, not throw in, not injury, not free kick, not whatever. And like that, yeah, Dundalk played dirty, probably played dirty right up to the final whistle. Really, referee drops the ball and they take it and run, and
Yeah.
ends up.
Then the ref just blew it straight away then.
And as we said, there's 6 minutes added. That first minute, the ball wasn't in play
No.
and doesn't get added on. It's
Nope.
so frustrating to see. And look, it works both ways. As in, if Rovers were holding on to a 1-0 lead, you'd be saying you don't want that. You'd be hoping the extra minute isn't played. But the difference is you can see it when it's like, okay, a minute was played. If, for example,
You can see when it's really obvious, basically.
yeah, and if, for example, say if today was the identical situation, but Rovers had a 1-0 lead and Dundalk scored in 97, say they played another minute.
Yeah.
You can, at the end, if you take out the emotions out, you can kind of say, okay, well, they played an extra minute because this is why.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was frustrating to see, and yeah, it's disappointing, and it's 2 points dropped early on in the season, but everyone else, I suppose, has dropped points as well. No one's won all their games.
Yeah, no one has. That's Dundalk's third draw now.
Out of three.
Yeah. As well, weird thing, each of their games has had a late goal. That's decided to draw in the first one, Dundalk, Derry, 98-minute penalty.
They got one, but then
Derry got a 98-minute penalty.
oh, sorry, yeah.
And then against Drogheda,
They
Drogheda
got
scored
a
in the
late goal,
89th minute.
and now they done it to
Again
us.
today was the 90th minute. So it's not ideal. It's not ideal for them, or us, but it's no. Rovers still have two matches played. They still, along with Shelbourne, Galway, and St. Pat's, are all still on two matches played rather than three like the rest of the league. But
Oh, I'm sorry, I wanted to correct myself there. Actually, I knew I said Rob Cornwall there. It was Daniel Mullen who's got credit with the goal, anyways. But yeah,
it's just a little bit deflating.
I would imagine I can hear it in myself and I can hear it in you, so I can imagine everyone who's going to listen to this can
Probably
hear the
same.
deflation in our voices to think it's just it is. Look, it's tough. As I said, it's only the second game. If this is a title run in and Rovers
Yeah,
have
and that
dropped two
happened. You'd be
points,
fuming.
yeah. So and
It's,
We do always say Rovers kind of start slower in the season.
they do tend to, yeah. That's kind of been a trend the last few years.
Yeah, no, I really hope it doesn't continue on
No,
Friday
no.
when which we'll get on to, the trip to Dalymount. But yeah, like that, I just think it's the thing. What I put in my article earlier was if Stephen Bradley if he had kept most of the starting 11 from Friday,
Yeah,
I would think that, and as I kind of stated in it, it's a sign that he's chasing momentum.
yeah,
That he's more focused on. I want a consistent string of results to start the season, which is completely understandable,
yeah. Of
completely
course.
uh, agreeable, and whatever way you want to put it. But I kind of made the point of if he's going to make wholesale changes, it means there's more of a trust there within the whole squad. He's not going to get, and he never has. History shows you that he's not afraid to shy away from making changes.
No, not at all.
We saw that the most recent one was when Rovers played AEK Athens in the Conference League last year. Made a lot of changes there. Rovers did get a draw and should have probably won the game,
Yeah,
which is crazy to look back on and think that
yeah,
Rovers should have beaten Athens in Athens.
yeah. That was mad.
Um, but yeah, so like that, I think it's one of them that look, it's not catastrophic. Yeah, we are a little bit deflated, as I think probably to be expected. And
I
the
think that's
thing,
also to do with it being so soon after.
yeah, and as well as that, it's like there were so many chances Rovers had to put the game to bed
Yeah,
that like you kind of just think you're kicking yourself with the chances missed.
but the thing, they weren't necessarily all great chances.
No, there weren't like there
Like
weren't.
I've,
I wouldn't be looking at it saying we had numerous clear cut
yeah,
should have been put them away
like
one on
Adam
one
Brennan, you
keeper
could argue
thing.
probably could have had one at that point. He had one good chance where he kind of hit it straight at the keeper.
Yeah, he scuffed it.
Yeah, that was probably the most clear cut chance. But at the end of the day, it was just there was no intensity at all, really. Especially that second half. Like looking at the stats in the first half, Rover had five shots. Dundalk had two. Second half, it was Rovers had five again, and Dundalk had 13.
Mm.
So and they had more possession, not much, but still,
It's a game of two halves.
it's a game of two halves. Like it's really just there was very little. There was just no intensity in that second half at all.
There was little to split them, and if you dig a little bit deeper from these two games, yes, it was positive on Friday. As I said, second half, 2
Yeah.
nil, 2 goals, clean sheet, win Dublin Derby.
Hmm.
Rovers went into the break on Friday goalless with Pats. Today it was 1-0 and it was only through a set piece.
Yeah.
Rovers aren't, Rovers aren't kind of putting their team away, their opposition
Yeah,
away.
early in the game,
They're not burying them in any way with plentiful goals kind of thing, or
which is what you kind of would want or expect.
yeah. No, again, I'm very focusing on. I think the point is, it's 2 games in.
Yeah,
It's a
there's only
rhythm
so
builder.
it's getting into the swing of things. It's a long season at the end of the day. Like
Yeah,
it's not gonna be over till November.
yeah, and the
The-
amount of games Rovers are probably going to play realistically.
In the cup in Europe, everything.
Yeah, like they're guaranteed. Like even like with Europe alone, it's a minimum 4 games in Europe. No, that's when I say minimum. That's
Bare
should
minimum.
they lose the Champions League first round
Mm.
qualifiers, they then go into the Conference League second round
And lose
and
them.
then lose that. So that's the way they only have 4. Otherwise, they're
Yeah,
going to have a good few more because then you go Champions League if they win a round and then eventually get knocked out. Then they go Europa League. Then it's Conference League, and
yeah,
that's without league phase football.
yeah. True.
Um, so like there is that. So protecting players and protecting particularly an older age group is something that's key and it's going to be crucial for how Rovers navigate this period. And when I say period, it's more or less the start of the season till the end, like you said,
Yeah,
until
it's a
November.
season. Yeah,
Now we say November it ends. Last season, the season before
it's gone till December.
it goes, and
Yeah,
the season
it's a
before
full
that it
year
goes
nearly.
past the season ending, the league ending. Um, I suppose a notable mention of today was the new Rover signing playing
Yeah,
from St Mirren on loan.
yeah, yeah. It's good to get a debut. There was obviously we had the debut of Adam Brennan the other night, but good for another debut in the team.
Sabawale.
Is that how you
Is
say
that how I pronunciation game is back on the Milltown Way podcast.
it?
We normally find ourselves up against it when we have our European
Yeah,
competitors coming in, but Tunmiz. I don't want to
Something
mispronounce it.
like that. Yeah,
Tun
along them lines.
Tunmiz
Hopefully,
Sabawale.
yeah, I think that's
Yeah, he put good performance.
yeah, no, good.
A couple of times I thought on the ball he looked a little bit maybe don't know if it was nerves or maybe a lack of
A little
kind
bit
of
like
rhythm.
clumsy.
Yeah, just a
I,
couple of times. But then there was a nice piece of play where Dundalk have a corner. There's a bit of action at the back post, and he takes it out of the box out into the right
yeah,
right back position essentially. Um, Beats his man and sets up a play which then ends up going and feeding it out onto the left
yeah,
wing, and then it's a counter attack. So little positive moments like that are huge for a player's confidence like that,
yeah,
particularly coming out
definitely.
to a new club.
Especially in an early game, a first game, like
Yeah, and he got full 90 minutes.
yeah,
Yeah, so um,
positive as well. That is another positive to take.
yeah, and then obviously earlier in the day it was announced Roberts have signed someone else.
Yeah, another new signing. There's been signings coming out of the woodwork.
Well, that's it, and well, I don't what to make of it. A good, a good,
On loan from Wigan.
yeah,
He used to play for Waterford. Currently he's banned for Wigan
yeah. Well, this is,
because
um,
straight red card in his last game.
I'm gonna go with Melise Asamoah. Asamoah, I'm confident on.
Yeah,
Melise,
at least.
I think Malice.
Malice, no.
No,
It's
I
not.
don't think so either. He's with Rovers now till the end of the season. He did pick up I said picked up a red card in his last game for Wigan, so he is serving a suspension, which is always good. To start it off with.
Yeah.
Um, but no, aside from that, new names at the club, always
It's also
always
positive to have new
positive.
names coming in and making an impact early.
And
Like,
for Asamoah, he's a winger.
yeah.
Uh,
Rovers don't tend to play with an out and out winger very often.
he'll soon be a wing back,
Yeah,
probably.
probably, but
uh, yeah, I presume he'll be a wing back because you know that's where they convert to essentially, or up front. It's one or the other.
yeah. That's not really we don't yeah, there's not really an out and out winger for Rovers. They don't play with that style of play.
No, with the 5-3-2, and then like even you looked at Mulroney today coming on against Dundalk, and he was put up front then. Himself and Aaron Green
Yeah.
replaced Michael Noonan. Um,
And Graham.
yeah, and Graham Burke. So it'll be interesting to see how he forms. Obviously, um, will be after suspension served.
Yeah,
But positive window, essentially, yeah. The window closed
yeah,
obviously
definitely.
yesterday.
As we did
Um,
mention a few times about what would we think if the
Striker
window.
probably would have been ideal though.
Yeah,
That's the only my only concern.
yeah, it would have been nice, but
With Michael Noonan
oh,
departing, well, we
at
don't know
some point
when.
maybe.
We don't know after all the drama, but
Yeah,
he'll. You'd expect him to be gone this summer. Now, of course, he might. There might end up, depending on where he goes. He might, whoever he joins, might be a loan back till the end of the season.
yeah, you could see a case like that maybe.
Yeah, because even sure, Rovers announced the signing of Luke O'Regan from UCD, and he's on
Hmm.
loan with UCD till
Yeah,
the summer, and they loan him, immediately back. Um, so like that, I think I'm not too sure how this window, in the
yeah,
striking department, because then you have obviously Graham Burke can go up there. It looked like he's going to see how Jake Mulroney goes up there, so that might be his kind of his thinking, is that's his essentially striker
strike
signing.
partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graham Burke can go there, Jake Mulroney can go there, John McGovern's gone there.
Hmm.
But the club's out and out strikers are Rory Gaffney and Aaron Green, who are both 36.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's not
That's not what you want.
it's not sustainable. Now, of course, I want Rory Gaffney on a lifetime contract.
Very
Um,
halting.
but yeah, like that, I think it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. And obviously, when Rory Gaffney ends up coming back, he's had an ankle injury, as Bradley spoke on ahead of the Pats game. Um, when he'll be back, I think he had hinted at, I think, the next couple of weeks. So it'll be interesting to see whenever that does happen. Maybe Derry City will be the one on the 6th of March. That might be the
Yeah,
next time you see him back. Or maybe after that might be too soon. Sligo away is the week after.
yeah,
He could end up being back for that. But on the transfer front, I think it's been a good, positive, more than positive window.
definitely. Yeah.
Um,
Overall, if you were to do it, yeah, it's been a positive window.
yeah, I don't. There were some departures that obviously caught Rovers fans by surprise. Aaron McInnes was one that when that came out was quite shocking from the online reaction in any ways. Um, but yeah, so when you see them, and obviously then you had Conan Noonan joining Waterford permanently as well. Conor Malley kind of came from Sligo, then made permanent. So Josh Honahan left, then the Stevens came in.
Yeah,
These like for like sometimes. Sobowale is a wing back, so essentially he could be a Josh Honahan replacement as well. He's on loan from St. Mirren, so all in all, I think it's been positive. Bradley will look at this as a positive window. I don't think he'll think in any way.
yeah. He'll look at it as well as ways that they could have done better, probably.
Yeah, like
But overall, I definitely don't think in any way you could look at it as a negative.
yeah, and like now that the window's closed, it's a case of like it's only really players who are out of contract that
Yeah,
can arrive, which you never really know with the league or and that's a league that does tend to
yeah. It just be tends to be a lot of people out of contract.
yeah, like Bohs I think are still chasing Dele Alli at the
Yeah, they
minute.
still want him.
They're still knocking on his door.
Yeah,
He won't pick up the
he's still
phone.
hanging out in Fibsborough.
Yeah, still boozing around there, I think.
Yeah, up in the
But I
back
suppose
page.
we'll move it on.
Yeah,
Our favourite subject.
yeah. We've mentioned this before in the last episode about NetBet and the sponsorship at Rovers, but it was one of the first things we noticed when we were in at the game on Friday night for Pats was the large NetBet kind of branding sponsorship
Yeah,
right beside either side of the goal on both ends. So four large NetBet sponsor. I don't know what the word is. What is the word for that?
it's like an advertising poster.
Yeah,
It's not a poster,
yeah,
but you call
poster.
it a poster. It goes up beside the
Yeah,
goals. Um, they're also on the billboard. Well, would you
yeah.
call it
Well,
advertising boards on the
the
side of the pitch?
electronic billboard. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, not just NetBet, Ball Sports as well.
and one XBet.
Yeah. So
Now I don't know, like we don't know the ins and outs of the deal. Like so,
yeah.
sometimes they go under the not to say Boyle Sports and NetBet. I know they're two separate, but like I don't think it's
Sometimes it's only for a game or two. They'd be on them.
yeah. No, they were there at Dundalk as well.
Mm.
But like that, look, listeners of the podcast will already know our feelings on it.
Mm.
If you don't, go back to the last episode and give that a listen
Yeah,
because
we will definitely, the last episode we will have gone in more detail than we will today about the overall deal.
yeah,
Today's just more a reaction to kind of the four large posters, as we'll say,
yeah.
that we noticed the other day, because obviously it's on the jersey as well.
That was one of the points we made was, and this was before we saw them. So the point we were making was, it's one thing, partnering with a betting company. It's another thing that they had to be the partnership was in the partnership was the sleeve sponsor. So that
Yeah,
means as I said, if there's fans going to the game, which likely there is, that have either been affected themselves by gambling issues or know people that have been affected by these issues,
which
to
probably
have to see it
isn't
on the
that
jersey.
rare. Yeah,
Then you go into Tallaght and there's four big advertising posters
yeah.
on each goal.
Because realistically, if you're in the stands, you want to have good eyesight to be noticing it, to be seeing it, to be able to focus that much on a sleeve.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I could understand why they could make that argument, but you're not missing four big posters.
Not missing four big poster and the advertising boards.
Yeah,
Um, essentially the whole time saying one XBet, Boyle Sports, and NetBet. Um, look, it's
yeah.
ethically it's just or morally it's wrong.
And I know the club have come out and made a statement that they're pledging, all about safe gambling and all, but these
We're,
companies aren't. That's just a statement that they would put out.
like this is a copy and paste job, of a
Yeah,
press release to say,
you could probably look up when it's even like, for example, when like Huddersfield were sponsored by Paddy Power, they probably put out the same statement.
yeah,
It's
they just
just,
changed the club name.
yeah,
Yeah,
they probably have a chat. It's probably off Chat GPT.
probably is. It's probably off one of them, but like that,
Keep an
it's
eye
like
on it. There's too many dash lines.
yeah, yeah. And there's another thing I read before. If it has like 3 points, something like if it makes three
Uh,
points, it's a ChatGPT thing as well.
Probably then.
But no, but like that, I think yeah, like look, we've already said it. We're reiterating the point, I suppose. But part of their statement was that they're the responsible gambling partner, as we said in the last
Is there
episode.
such thing?
NetBet were washed up in, they were penalised twice in the past, I think 6 years now,
Yeah,
for the lack of responsibility over gambling on their sites and stuff.
yeah.
So like, um, yeah, it just kind of they're just shooting themselves in the foot. It takes one, like Rovers put out a statement like that, and without repeating myself, but they put out a statement like that, and then it's kind of like it just
Bit
takes one.
contradictory, yeah.
It takes one quick Google to look up NetBet, and you'll see,
It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like,
and
it's not what they've said.
yeah, like it's not like the court.
That is a,
Their name comes up straight away with court cases. The court cases that I said two in the past 6 years.
but also, is there such thing at all as ethical gambling?
No,
No, it's
I don't. I'd strongly disagree, or strongly agree with you.
it's an industry that profits off the losses of the public. Realistically,
Yeah,
like
and
we're not going to sit here. This is not a moral debate on the ethics of gambling. It's
yeah,
just more so the impact it has on Shamrock Rovers and more importantly the fans of Shamrock Rovers.
yeah, and like like that, it's a case of you know, like you had a case. I again going back to the point of it's in one of the articles I've done of on Rovers NetBet partnership and that being Sligo Rovers were a prime example. 4 years ago, they had an offer that exceeded 5 or 6 digits from a betting partner, and they turned it down because they said it's morally wrong, and that's Sligo Rovers, and that was 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Here we are with Shamrock Rovers, who have been in Europe the past 3 seasons consecutively, have just won the league and cup double, and they've taken it on. They don't. I would highly doubt Rovers are in any position right now that they needed to cash in on that.
no, it's not an issue. It's definitely not an issue that they need the money.
No, and like what they could have done was they could have probably put themselves in a better light, morally, and could have came out with a statement and say Rovers have been offered, to partner with NetBet, yada yada yada, and say, but we've turned it down. We want to prioritize our, moral values.
Yep.
Know that fat supporters who come to the games every week, follow us home and away, probably ran into issues with this themselves, or they'll know family members or friends, whatever it may be, and we've decided to prioritize that, and everyone would take their hat off to them and say,
Yeah,
that's,
that's a class act. Like,
yeah. And now they're in a moral debate where, look, again, not to go back to it, but it's one of them that it's just disappointing, and it's disappointing to see it now that we're going to probably see this at every home game this year.
yeah, but you can't. I don't think the backlash or anything will be enough for them to get rid of it.
No, and it's one that I think probably the club chairman, or the club CEO, he started his position, Richard McGuinness, he started
Hmm.
his position at the start of the month, and already Rovers are in a deal with a betting partner. It's
Yeah,
not a good
not
look.
great. But should we move on from that onto the the Michael Noonan saga?
Michael Noonan, he plays for Rovers.
Yeah,
Or sorry,
it's
not Robbie. Robbie Hederman is the CEO.
sorry.
Sorry, I said McGuinness there. But yeah, we'll get on to Michael Noonan.
Yeah, still like I don't know really know where to go with this because
It's confused a
it's an
lot of
ongoing
fans.
story.
It's the initial Sunday Times article. Every reaction I kind of saw to it, and even people I've spoken to since, have also they don't know what to make of this.
No, it's kind of it's not something you've seen. I don't think anyone has seen before of a player's family going after the agent. Kind of,
Like, it's one that, like, well, obviously agents will take their cut on, of deals, and that's why
yeah,
they're
that's their
agents.
job. They're not doing it for the good of their hearts.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, and that's fair. That's fair enough. Obviously, the Noonan family, who the club have already come out in a statement to say they maintain a strong relationship with Michael Noonan and his family.
Yeah,
That's fair enough. So that's all well and good. So the club, Shamrock Rovers, have kind of extracted themselves out of this situation with their statement, to kind of say this is not on us. This is a thing to do with the Noonan family and his agent. Michael Noonan himself couldn't lodge a complaint. He's considered a minor in the eyes of the law because he's
yeah,
17. So his mum, Sandy Noonan, who's a businesswoman, lodged a
yeah.
complaint on his behalf. Essentially, the fact of the matter is, it seemed like obviously it all stems around the prospective move I had to TSG Hoffenheim.
Yes,
A fee was agreed between the two clubs of around €2 million. I think it was just shy of that. The family went to Hoffenheim, from my understanding, to Germany, and they went against the move. They decided against it. It's believed that Noonan would prefer a move to Celtic.
that's partially where this seems to be coming from as well. What the Sunday Times is claiming is that obviously his mum lodged an official complaint, which was following German club Hoffenheim's failed bid to buy the 17-year-old Michael Noonan. Obviously, is what's in the official statement. But basically, they tried to bid 2 million. However, Noonan opted not to move to Germany, his preference being a transfer to Celtic, who have also recently shown interest in the player. With this move to Celtic and with a move to any club in Britain, it would not be able to be done until he would not be able to actually move until after his 18th birthday in July, which is part of the whole Brexit deal, which is why, for example, Victor is still at Rovers despite Arsenal completing the transfer. But the complaint was filed with the English FA, and after the FAI themselves have been made aware, they contacted Rovers seeking their response to it, with the issue now being investigated by FIFA altogether, which is kind of crazy that it's being investigated by FIFA, but is supposedly what it relates to is an alleged agreement between Shamrock Rovers and another party. That is all the information that is available at the moment.
Yeah,
The Sunday Times would go on and would quote Michael Nooman's agent, David Moss, as he says he's a victim of a smear campaign. So what he's trying to say is like this whole article, all this complaint is a smear and basically trying to ruin his reputation. It seems. Uh, and what what you fully said then, it seems that individuals are trying to tarnish his image with the Noonan family and or the club, Shamrock Rovers, he said. Uh, yeah.
Still can't make heads or tails of it.
No,
Because
it seems
why
like,
was it like as you said there? I know if he's going to the UK, he can't leave till July.
no.
Fine, but obviously it all stems around Hoffenheim, and I know Celtic are in there too, and they're interested.
Hmm.
Why was the initial complaint made to the FA, which has now been escalated to the FAI and of course FIFA? Um,
Hmm.
there's a dispute over the third party transfer fee cuts. Seems to be the main issue as
Yeah.
well. So what the agent I think it's alleged already that he's always had Newland's best interest at heart. That's I think probably the key factor to it all is that's where the dispute may or may not lie of
Yeah.
if he's trying to look after Newland's interest or if he's trying to essentially if he's trying to maybe pocket more than what he might get off one club versus another and vice versa.
Yeah, but so then Rovers responded with a statement today in which they confirmed they're obviously aware of the complaint and everything like that. But they then would go on to say that the claim relates solely to the player's agent and that the club itself is not under investigation from any of the FA, FAI, or FIFA. So, and they would go on then to say, of course, the club is however working with FIFA to review two agency agreements. At this moment in time of recording, those two agency agreements, that's all we know about that. They've not said what the agreements are, exactly even what the investigation is looking into or anything, but just that Rovers are willing to cooperate with the investigation by the FA, FAI, or FIFA, and that is the claim and the complaint that was originally filed to the FA is solely about Michael Noonan's agent, who personally believes he's in the middle of a smear campaign and that someone is trying to tarnish his reputation with the club and the Noonan family. But the Noonan family were the ones who filed the complaint.
It's very
There's not
well.
enough information at this moment in time
That's
for it
exactly what I
all.
was about to say. It is very fresh. It's only kind of breaking today.
Yeah.
I know it broke on the initial allegations made were broke on Saturday night from the Sunday Times, but like that, it was kind of me and probably a lot yourself and a lot of other readers tried to make heads and tails of it,
Hmm.
and then the Shamrock Rovers coming out with a statement today to say that, as I said, they're not the ones under the investigation.
No.
Um, so essentially, it's between the player's family, Michael Newman's family, and his agent David Moss.
Yeah. But from what a bit more information is, so Rovers confirmed that they are not under investigation, but they are assisting FIFA after discovering two agency agreements within the club. That was the exact quote. Which this is where people are linking the whole third party cut of like the potential transfer fee, which is potentially how much the agent would make from the fee.
Yeah.
Um, FIFA outlawed third party ownership in 2015, which is supposedly to do with negotiating for how much agents can make. It's still just though it is a bit confusing about what's actually happening with this case. It will be interesting to like keep an eye on and see what comes from it in the next few days, but
My
it's
expectation would be very little. I don't think
no, I think barely anything will come of it. It will be interesting if something does, but
it'd also be interesting as well to see where he ends up because, of course, it's not a case of, like he's gonna be snapped up.
yeah.
You know, he can already he's already available. He's always been available to snap up for clubs outside of the UK. But it's a case of if he wants to hold out for a UK move. Really hope, aside from all of the allegations and you know investigations that are going on between FIFA and the FAI, aside from all that, I hope he doesn't go to
No,
Celtic.
Sam, yeah. You'll have to expect the FAI to discuss it because there is an FAI meeting on Tuesday morning with Patrick O'Donovan, the senior minister with responsibility for sport. That is regarding the incident at Oriel Park of the flares being thrown on the pitch.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
a
do have to think they'll probably reference this ongoing Noonan saga as well. But
I think he's already said he won't be paying. He said on the radio or
No,
something that he
yeah,
won't pay
they won't pay.
for that damage.
It's just more so the fact that it's happening. Dundalk will have to foot the repair bill, which I suppose is going to cost about approximately 70,000.
So draw it at 1-2-1. Dundalk pay 70,000.
Yeah, 90 plus 7. Burnt
Uh,
pitch.
but yeah, like this whole saga around Michael Noonan, I don't know. Are you are you as confused as me
Yeah, I am.
to an
I'm
extent?
confused. I think the information at this time isn't very clear. What's
Yeah,
been done? It just seems like obviously the complaint was raised by his family, by his mum, because he cannot, but due to him being a minor, and then the agent coming out and saying this is a smear campaign. So it's just I don't think this. I don't know which is the right side of the story. We don't know.
it's three sides to every story, as they say.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on, but at this moment in time, the information is not clear enough to make an official comment. The
Yeah,
Miltown Way is not
you're
releasing an
under
official statement.
investigation.
We're cooperating with the investigation.
um, yeah, it's in like it's definitely interesting
No, it
first
is.
and foremost because it's one of them that's like as we've said here, we making heads or tails of it when it initially broke, and it's obviously a bit more clear now. But like that, it's more like it's definitely interesting, particularly because he's underage, like he's under 18.
Yeah,
Like it's interesting to see it coming from that his parents kind of, sorry, his mom had to make that um complaint kind of thing, on his behalf because he's 17, as you've said there, considered a minor. So how they handle it will be quite interesting, and if the outcome becomes public or if it's a case that maybe it goes to court and settle or whatever it is, that's way down the line. It makes for interesting viewing now, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
But should we get back to the
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 foot
action on the pitch?
Back to the footy.
Yeah, Friday night,
Friday
Daily
night
Man Park,
under the lights. It's another Dublin derby.
another Dublin derby.
Our Rovers open three games, two are Dublin derbies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it'll be
Well,
interesting
it would have been four actually, 3 out of 4 if it had been.
if all the games
Shells
went
had it
ahead.
went ahead. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, but Bohs away. Tickets snapped up pretty quickly by the
minutes,
members. Yep, no
minutes.
season ticket holder ones this time.
No, never really.
No, not really for
I
Bohs
I don't
away.
ever remember. As a former season ticket holder, I don't ever remember.
Former season ticket
I
holder.
don't ever remember getting a sniff of the Bohs
Have a
tickets.
day off.
Yeah, no, Friday night will be exciting. 8 p.m. kickoff in Daily Mount Park. Um,
Yeah,
really looking forward to it. Now, why after watching 90 minutes of quite lackluster
lackluster
perform?
football, but
Um,
it's the big one though, isn't it? That's why.
it's Bows
It's
away.
the big one.
There's nothing you'd rather do.
Yeah. Well, I might not be at it, but
Yeah, that's
uh,
what TBC.
that's up in the air.
If anyone's listening and has a spare ticket for Friday,
Yeah.
do get in touch because Adam Casey's
Or
on the search.
has a really large jacket. We can do the tall man.
Yeah, yeah. Tying the coat and there's two people on one on someone's shoulders. um,
What's the thoughts going into the?
yeah, like it's one that you just don't know what to expect. It's so early on in the season. That's the main point of it, really. Rovers have played 2 games, won one, drawn one, scored 3, and conceded 1.
There's very little to go off.
Yeah, like which makes it in a way it makes it more exciting. In a way, it makes it more
Worrying,
nerve
nerve
wracking.
wracking. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's a good combination to have going to Dublin Derby, and particularly away from home against the odd 500 Rovers fans packed into the mono stand. Atmosphere would be great.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Rovers didn't do too well there last season. It's the only thing
No.
I will say. Out of 4 meetings with Bohs, 3 ended up in their direction. Rovers winning just one of them.
Well, sure. They only played in Daily Mount once last year.
That's the other point. Still bet Rovers in the Aviva and in Dalymount,
Oh, don't even go there.
which is slight cause for concern. But yeah, as you've said there, one was in the Aviva, one of their home games that they gave up home advantage for.
Home, yeah. Nice one.
It's good to see her over.
I just thought we'd be trekking into the Aviva on a Sunday morning.
Yeah,
It's the national team stadium, isn't it? At
yeah.
cup finals.
No, we haven't. Aside from the venue, we have discussed before games being slightly a bit more scattered across the weekend.
Yeah, we have. That we do.
Because yeah, like not to say I'd be the biggest kind of what's the word, kind of fan for or whatever,
Advocate, yeah.
advocate. That's the word. Not to say I'd be the biggest advocate for having games scattered across the weekend. However, it would just be like we're all football fans here. It'd be nice to be able to watch.
Some people work weekends, mate.
Yeah, they're called bums. That being Adam Casey here beside me. No, but like that, it's you want like you'd want to watch as much football as you can.
Yeah.
And when you're there on a Friday night, it just means there's either 3 or 4 other games on, depending on where Sligo Rovers are at, that are taking place at the exact same time. I mean, you're not going to get to see any of it live. You watch a few highlights. Highly doubt you're going to go watch it back if it's not Rovers.
Yeah, in full.
Yeah,
Even still, I don't think I really watch a game in full if I'm not watching it live.
yeah, no, I don't really do that. But yeah, no, so like that, it would be nice to have games scattered across the weekend. But Bohs at Daily Mount, it'll be packed. It'll be sold out, I'd imagine. Probably
No, it
already
is
sold
sold
out.
out. I checked.
Is it? What are you
Yeah,
checking?
just having a look.
Wanted to be a Bohs fan for a second?
No, of course not.
Ooh.
But no, yeah, it's sold out. Yeah,
Sold out. They get good crowds generally
good
at home
atmosphere.
games, like because they have less. Yeah,
Is it on
but
the telly?
I don't know.
They might haven't announced the list, and yeah, I don't think it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
You'd expect it if that's going to be the televised game if they are showing one this week.
This is the greatest show.
Yeah,
It's everywhere you want, everything you want to be.
yeah. You feel like if they are going to have a televised game this week, it will be that. But LOI TV as well,
Well, that's where you'll be watching
or
if no
or
one's sorting
a
you with a
dodgy
ticket,
fire
maybe.
stick. Not that
Ooh,
I have one of them.
exactly. Um, I'm really looking forward to it. I
Yeah,
can't
no,
wait.
that's
I
fair
can't wait
enough.
for Friday. It's gonna get me through work on Friday. Put it that way. Thinking Rovers to play Bohs later in the day. Um, Bohs might actually make a bit of noise.
Oh,
Because Rovers are in town. That's
they only
generally
show up
how
for
it
the big
works.
ones, do they?
Um, Generally, uh, and it's credit to Bohs really and Dalymount Park. Like they now get to host double champions.
That's true. They do.
They're
Yeah,
given a platform to host a team who's won both the league and cup in the same season and made the conference league. You know,
they should be blessed.
they really should lap this up and think,
Yeah.
well, what have we done to deserve having Shamrock Rovers in town?
Yes.
It's you know what I mean. It's
People would pay a lot of money for that.
they pay top dollar. You know, um, from a aside from that perspective of fan
A
perspective,
tactical
being
decision.
excited tactically.
It's going to be so. I don't know what type of team's going to line out. With such so many changes today, I just don't know.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, like I think generally, as a rule of thumb, I would think the team you saw against Pats
It's more likely to be the team.
that plays against
Yeah,
Bohs.
I would have said
Yeah,
the same,
I don't
which is why they didn't play today.
like that's what like Adam Brennan. I'm fully expecting to start on Friday.
Yeah,
Same with Jake Mulroney. I don't think like the likes of John McGraw. I don't think he didn't really look. He didn't. He did struggle on Friday against Pats. I think.
you expect the usual lads at the back.
Yeah, Lopez, Cleary, maybe Corey back. Danny Grant will start
Yeah,
against his former club. Um, so I believe Danny Grant is a hoop. He hates Bohs.
who doesn't?
But no. So in that perspective, I think um, you get the names you saw against Pats will
Yeah,
play. Um, Bohs are going to be up for it, more than up for it. They're on the back of beating Derry. They've made some good signings.
yeah.
They're if they win on Friday, it's only
It's a
gonna add,
statement win.
yeah, and it's only gonna add to their early confidence of getting carried away potentially of saying they're gonna be title challengers. Will they or won't they? Who knows? They were second for a while last season,
Yeah.
fell away in the end, and Derry took it. Um, so yeah, like, and look, Bohs celebrated Rovers winning the cup. You know,
Yeah, of course. That which is
they're huge
small
fans.
club mentality.
They're huge fans of Shamrock Rovers. I hear over that way. So
So the boys need to put on a good show for
exactly, but this
they're
is
our biggest fans outside of Tallaght.
obviously they celebrated Rovers winning the cup because it meant they were going to be in the Conference League qualifiers. Um, very strange. That I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You'd never catch me doing
You
that.
wouldn't catch that with most other like
Yeah.
you wouldn't catch that with for example other big rivalries, I just don't think.
No, like Pats celebrated shells.
No.
Well,
You
Pats are
would
following Pats are following Bows now with
you
their collaboration jerseys. They're making
yeah.
it with the Wolfhounds now.
Oh
Apparently,
jeez. Another band jersey. Who
it's
if we if we were Rovers gonna get on theirs? Bit of you too. Bono on the front of the jersey.
yeah,
You
exactly.
too.
Well, that's it. But um, I Friday's gonna be like the players are gonna have to be. They're gonna be up for it anyways, but they're gonna have to really like you want. This is Bow's last season in Daily Mill. This is the first. They obviously Rovers will make one more trip there this year.
Yeah, but they'll want to prove something. They'll want to beat Rovers twice in their
This is
last
yeah.
season
This is
there.
part one of two. This is Infinity War.
Well, let's hope not, because the bad guy won.
Oh, hopefully not then. Yeah, but exactly. This is part one of two. You know, the second one's coming out in a few months. Um, and yeah, like that. If Rovers can look, it's very early to say if Rovers can bounce back after dropping points against Dundalk, but in a way, that's kind of how you have to look at. You know, yes, I said it's far from catastrophic that Rovers drew. No doubt about it.
Yeah,
That they drew with Dundalk, but you just don't want. Rovers start slow, fine. You know, we've seen it, but
yeah, we've seen
and they
it.
come good, and you know tend to win the league. However, you'd rather just not. You'd rather just start
Yeah,
off strong, and if they start off with a Pats beating Pats and Bows and drawing with Dundalk, getting 7 points from a possible nine, I don't think many fans will have too many complaints coming away on
no,
Friday evening. And I think everyone, including myself, leaving Daily on Friday with 3 points, will have forgotten all about dropping 2 points
yeah,
against
that's
Dundalk.
that's very true. Yeah. So, what's the official? We don't do official predictions,
Don't do predictions,
but you're
no.
just
Just hopeful.
you're hopeful
Really
for a
hopeful.
Rovers win.
Rovers need to do it. Yeah,
It'd just be nice. It'd just be nice.
it'd just be really nice to start to see because like this is it's only the third game of the season. Like I
Yeah,
know it's supposed to be the fourth, you know, so not much of a difference in anyways. But even just that early, you know, it's early on, and yeah, just win,
yeah.
just win. If it like, and what's so special about these derbies?
Don't want to sound like them. You know them? Do you ever see them TikToks? And it's like the Arsenal fan. He's like, "You've got the opportunity to do something special."
Well, you know, in other words, they do because it's Rovers. Well, I suppose last year in Dalymount, so part one of two. You
It
want
would be nice to beat them both times in their
to
last season.
this? Well,
It'd be a disservice not to do it to the biggest fans in town.
exactly, and well, Bows are top of the league
Yeah, well,
after three games.
yeah, well, the league's not won now, is it? So they can put that in their trophy cabinet.
um, but on another note, like Bows haven't conceded a goal in their open three. They've also scored five. They put four past Sligo. They beat Derry 1-0 on Friday. That was the most recent game. They began with a 0-0 draw against Pats, and that was in the Aviva. This is Bow's first game in Dalymount this season
Oh, oh yeah,
because their home game was against Pats. So like,
where was that?
so that's even more of a reason.
Yeah, more of a reason for them to be up for it. And More reason to beat them as well.
What this is, if you can go against that and really use it to your advantage and lap it up,
It's written
if
in
the
the
players
stars.
can do it, what's so special is it feels like a cup final. And
That's what you
because it
want.
is like these type of derbies are great to
Feels
have.
like a must-win for both teams, which,
So early on, it's crazy to
yeah,
say.
to have a must-win this early on.
And it's not to say like it's essentially
It's
it's
not.
not,
It's not, but it is.
but it is like the bragging rights that come with it.
Yeah,
Um, you know, now if Bohs win, their bragging rights is they beat us at Daily Mount, while Rovers are double holders.
yeah.
Don't know how much will stand up. However, you just want to beat them because
It's
they
just be
had it
nice.
last year, and Rovers don't hear enough of it when they beat them and Bohs beat them on the rare occasions. It became a bit too common last season, as we've said, 3 out of 4.
Yeah,
Um,
that's just
yeah, but
the.
what are your thoughts? Huh? Friday,
It's just a.
Rovers gonna well, no predictions here, but
I think they. I
confidence wise,
confident. Yeah, I was saying that after. Yeah, but
we
then
started
I'm
this
hyped
podcast
back up.
so downbeat because Rovers drew 1-1 in their second
Yeah,
game.
but like as you said, if they win on Friday, it'd be that would be forgotten about. It'd be a lot cheerier episode.
It will.
Be all song and dance.
We'll be dancing on this podcast. We'll do one video episode and we'll
But
bust out the
no,
moves.
I think the lads should be confident. I think why not? Let's just go for it.
Like if Rovers are able to win the league and the cup in one season, qualify for Europe 3 years in a row, no reason why they can't beat Bohs on Friday.
You've sold me on that argument. Let's move on.
Done.
Thanks for listening. Good episode.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm confident. Somehow, as I started off downbeat. Now I'm saying we're going to beat Bohs. Football, eh?
We all hate Bohs.
um, but yeah, the club lotto.
Club Lotto, yeah, we've mentioned it each week. No winner. Jackpot has increased up to 3,200. So remember, enter the money goes directly back into the club that you're supporting each week. And if you're listening to this show, you obviously care about the club a lot. So why
Yeah,
not throw a bit of money in?
exactly. And as you said, there, it all goes towards building Rovers' future essentially, and academy prospects. More Victor as you've been is. Um,
Yep.
so yeah, make sure you're entering that as it's 18 and over, not just members or season ticket holders. Anyone can apply. The only requirement is that you're 18 or over.
Yeah.
But as you're putting the money for a good cause, it's going back to the club.
Yep.
So make sure you enter that, and the jackpot's getting higher, so you want to win that.
Yeah.
Might enter yourself.
Why not? I could
Um,
do with 3,200.
well, yeah, same. It'll fund might fund the flight for a potential trip to Mexico in the summer.
You might not be getting a flight back.
Yeah. Well, not if you get hired from one of their internships that they're doing over there. But yeah, in other Rovers news as well, the Dublin 22 Supporters Club, they're organising a 5K fun run in aid of Oscar's kids, and that's on Sunday, 29th of March in Cork Park. So make sure you do enter that. Check out the D22 Supporters Club page
Yeah,
on
and money gone to a
socials.
great cause.
Yeah, exactly, and that's one close to the club's heart.
Yeah.
Of course, it's one Stephen Bradley's tied into as well. And it's one he ran for, and when he did the marathon last year, that of course made himself and Glenn Cronin late for the Derry game,
Yeah.
and they came by helicopter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like that, it's going for that cause. So make sure you do enter that, and
It's always good to support I know that's just to support the community, really. It's the clubs. At the end of the day, the club is a community, and it's good to support the different members in that community.
yeah, exactly that. And like that, I said, it's not just club to any individual. Like of course, it's close to Bradley and Glenn Cronin's heart. But everyone at the club knows exactly, how important it is. Um, it was seen particularly at Santa Clara away last year when Stephen Bradley's son Josh was given the all clear, rang the bell, and had away fans in Portugal singing for Josh and himself, and brought him to tears, and goes to show how important it is, and such an important matter close to everybody at Shamrock Rovers, whether you're a fan in the stand or whether you're on the pitch
Yeah.
playing, or if you're a coach, all across the board, it means something to everyone.
Yeah.
But other than that, make sure you do follow us on our social media platforms. At the Milltown Way. I know I say this every single week, and you're probably tired of hearing it, but all the support, getting emotional here. All the support goes a long way. Across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of them at the Milltown Way.
Yep.
Follow us on Spotify here as well, so you make sure you don't miss an episode. You'll get a notification if you do follow us. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get them. Give us a follow on YouTube as well. We're at the Milltown Way. But other than that, it's been a longer than anticipated. It's been a longer episode than normal. It's because, of course,
a lot to cover.
We couldn't get to us between Pats and Dundalk. We're just busy, man.
Busy.
But we're back, and we'll be back to talk to you after the Dublin derby at Bohemians, and whether you're going to be there in the stand or whether you're going to be watching it from home, potentially with Adam Casey.
Don't even go there. Don't even joke about that.
But yeah, other than that, we'll chat to you after then. We'll be looking at Bohs, and we'll look ahead to Derry City as well. But other than that, thanks for listening. Been a longer episode than usual, and we'll chat to you after the Dublin derby.
Thank you.